She's dropped me on the climb. She's about 500 metres up the road. She's not even looked back yet. She hasn't got a clue. Oh well. The hare and the tortoise. Sziasztok mindenkinek! Andy vagyok, és én vagyok a brit Magyarországon.
Sziasztok, Kitti vagyok. Én vagyok a Magyarországról.
And today we is in Sardinia. Woo! So we came for a bit of a nice drive up to the north of the island. We've heard there's some really nice beaches, but unfortunately, as you might expect, they're all absolutely packed full of people. And the ones that aren't packed full of people, you have to pay to use them, or you have to make a reservation like days in advance. Yeah, I know when you go to nice places, you expect there to be lots of tourists. You know, there's that classic cliche that tourists only want to go to places where there's no other tourists kind of thing. I'm not that naive. But this is the first place I think I've ever visited where it feels like there's too much, like actual over-tourism. And I was really angry when we got here, you know, having to pay to get on the beach and having to queue and stuff. But apparently it's the same all over the island. All the beaches, they've got strict limits on the numbers. You know, and you have to pay to use the beaches, and it's actually to try and combat the massive over-tourism on the island. But this beach, it's like, I don't know, licensed whatever for 1,500 people. I reckon there's half of that on it now. This is like, we're still in May, this isn't even the peak season. Yeah, there's probably not even half of that number of people here today, and it's absolutely rammed. So I can't imagine what it's like here in the, you know, in the middle of the summer. You know, I don't want to say anything bad about Sardinia. In fact, you know, the fact that there's so many people who want to come here, so, you know, just shows how fantastic the place is. But it's just a little bit too much. It's far too much. For me, I'm not a crowds and noise kind of person anyway, but yeah, it's just too much. It's too much. Okay, and the final straw is we've been told we can't use a towel on the beach because it takes all the sand away from the beach and destroys the beach. And here's the towel police. Okay, that was the final straw. We're leaving. It's intolerable, really. The thing is, Kitti's just had a go at one of the guards. They're letting people onto the beach with towels under their arms. So they're taking people's money, knowing full well they've got towels. And then they're not telling people they're not allowed to take towels onto the beach. It's not on, really. It's really bad. And in fact, I want to go back to the booth and get my money back and cause a scene, but somebody won't let me. But yes, we will see. So yeah, avoid this place like the plague. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't understand it. It's not the answer to over-tourism. You shouldn't punish tourists for coming here. The real villains are people like Ryanair, who are filling aeroplanes up and sending people here to an island that can't cope with all the people. So why don't they just do something about Ryanair? Why don't they stop the number of flights, half the number of flights that are coming here? Don't punish the people who are coming here.
And I can guess that these people want to come to our country. I don't know what they would say if we treated them like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the way to do things, really. You know, there's better ways to solve the problem than like fleecing people and treating people like shit just because they want to visit, you know, a beautiful island. That was quite funny. At the kiosk, there was a couple of other girls arguing. Exactly the same thing happened, and they wanted their money back as well. So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a scam. It's a scam. Okay, so a bit of a change of plan. We've been in the sun for 3 hours anyway, actually. So we've probably been saved from a fate worse than death. I refuse to spend any more money in this place, in the restaurants. So we're just going to go to the supermarket and buy some sandwiches on principle. Yeah, we're supposed to take the car back at 7 o'clock, and we've got to drop it off at the airport, and it's on the way home, so we might drop the car off early, and then we can sort of go into town and have a nice relaxed evening, hopefully, and yeah, drink loads. So that's the plan. Okay, goodbye little car, goodbye. Good morning. So, after yesterday's slightly disappointing day, we're going to try and avoid all the tourist traps if possible today, and I've just had an amazing idea. Instead of sitting on buses, etc., to go and hire a couple of bicycles and go exploring by bike. Well, it's a beautiful morning, and here's a beautiful lady. Well, that was great and really easy. Really helpful lady. For some reason, Kitti always gets nervous when she goes riding her bicycle with me. I've no idea why.
I've got some tools, yeah.
So she's got an electric one, just in case. And I've got this kind of, I don't know, what is that? A gravel bike. Brilliant. Let's go. Beautiful. So the plan is, we're going to cycle there. And our final destination is kind of that point just there. Hopefully. Saw that stress and drama yesterday, and there's all these perfectly nice places to come. Yeah, lesson learned. She's dropped me on the climb. The bastard. Oh. And Andy's gone. He's cracked. He's been dropped on the final climb by the hot new prospect from Hungary. Although I suspect she might be doping. She's loving this, making me grovel. That thing must have a top speed. I'll see if I can drop her on the straight bits, or the downhill bits even. She's about 500 metres up the road. She's not even looked back yet. She hasn't got a clue. Oh, the air and the tortoise. Whew. I'm seriously out of shape. Whew. Oh, it's beautiful though, look. Hello. Well, I think this is a great idea. We can go on bike rides together without being grumpy with each other. So, I think an e-bike is the future.
I think so.
Yeah, for me too, actually, as well.
Probably for my hip as well.
Yeah, no, it's really, really good. We can actually ride together. Well, most of the time.
And sometimes I have to wait for you.
I know.
Yeah, it never happened before.
But yeah, no, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so that must be Alghero, just there. So we've come a long way. Well, it would have been nice to go and see the caves, the Grotto of Neptune, but unfortunately there's 650 steps, and Kitti's hip isn't too good, so we might give that a miss, I think. Cool, just happened across this cracking little place, look. You must be exhausted pressing all those buttons all day.
I know, but even...
Excellent. So how far have we ridden today? Or how far have I ridden today, I should say?
It's about 50 kilometers, more than 50.
Yeah, okay, more than 50. Okay, nice. I have to, I'm going a bit thin on top of my hair, and for the first time in my life I have to be really careful I don't get my head burned. It's one of those wonderful things about getting old. So, so yeah, I've got to be really careful. We made it! Yeah, we got the bikes back. What was it, 56 kilometres in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's not too bad, it's pretty good. Yeah, not too bad at all actually. And yeah, we've had a nice day today. We've had a nice Sardinian experience. We've met nice people. So Sardinia, you are forgiven for yesterday. That's the one we learned to make in the class the other night. Yay! The best thing about Italian supermarkets is the pasta section. Look at this. So this evening, I am eating horse, and I don't think I've ever knowingly eaten horse before. So, let's go. I've often wondered what happened to poor Shergar. Now we know.
Here is the glow. I think.
Yeah, I watched the my ranting and swearing from yesterday, and I can imagine like all those 12-year-old keyboard warriors are going to be saying like, "Oh, you entitled," you know. And actually, yes, I am entitled. In fact, we're all entitled to be treated like politely and fairly. And what happened yesterday was completely unacceptable. And yeah, I'm not going to apologise at all, actually. And we have talked about this whole over-tourism thing at length the last couple of days, and it's not our fault. It's people like Ryanair, Booking.com, Airbnb, etc. You know, if you're going to offer like cheap holidays to people, they're going to come. You know, it's not our fault. And I did you know, on that beach yesterday, there was probably, I don't know, 200, 300 like couples stroke family units there. And if you imagine, they've all spent like 2 or 3 grand on their trip to come here. On that instant, on that beach alone, there was €500,000 euros that have been invested into this country. You know, and it's not right. It's not right to like have a go at us for coming here. You know, the problem lies elsewhere.
Italian morning, I can guess. La pasticceria. Have done something.
Well, that was pretty intense. That's the most intense coffee and cake I've ever had in my life, I think. Very Italian. Anyway, today is our last day, but not until about 9 o'clock tonight. So we've got a full day exploring. Well, we just missed the service. Oh no! What a bummer. Anyway, you know, I was moaning on the bike yesterday on those hilly roads. I found out this morning that a couple of those climbs were used on the 2017 Giro d'Italia. So today, I'm feeling pretty heroic.
Me too.
So, last couple of hours on the beach. It's awful.
Disaster.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, it's okay. There's there's a bit of a seaweed. What is that? Seagrass. Bit of a seagrass problem, I suppose. There's absolutely tons of it though. Look, that must be like all from the winter. There's just piles of it. I suppose they must, I don't know, compost it or something. I suppose. There's tons of it. I don't know about you, but I've always been intrigued, like why humans have got this attraction to the sea and to the beach. There used to be a great theory. What was that called? I can't remember what it's called now. The aquatic ape hypothesis. That was it. And there was a theory that the reason we started to walk upright and we lost all our hair was because we came out of the forests and we started living this like semi-aquatic fishing and diving kind of existence by the sea, which kind of makes a lot of sense, because there's some other really interesting stuff, like humans can hold their breath like considerably longer than most primates can. Yeah, I think I'm right in remembering that our earwax is more similar to the earwax in animals like otters and beavers than it is to other primates, which kind of suggests like an adaptation to like spending a lot of time under the water. So I think it's been debunked now, but it's still a really, really good theory, and I really would like to know why. We've got this thing about beaches and the sea. We're drawn to it. We're drawn to it. It's really, really strange. One for the inquest.
Yeah.
The aircraft was seen to depart normally.